YouTube, it's your boy Clutch the Barber again with another tutorial, and this one's just gonna be a high taper.
Do we got Lowe's on the beat?
Brandon, so let's get right into it.
Taking off in this rocket, supersonic, hypnotic.
Alright, so we're gonna first start with just combing the hair out and prepare it to, to cut it down. And I'm gonna just cut it down with the one guard open, and I'm just showing that right now. So it's gonna be just a one guard open with the grain. Alright, so let's get it. And guys, so I'm always gonna say this over, so make sure you just take your time and look out for any, where the hairs are growing different, any cowlicks. Just go with the grain and take your time. Alright, so I'm back already. So with my trimmers, my Babyliss trimmers, I'm just gonna create my first guideline, and he's getting it mid taper, so I'm not gonna go too high with the guideline, guys. And as you can see, I'm gonna have the slanted line, and which gonna create a nice little effect when I fade it in. Alright, so let's watch. Alright, so now I have my clipper all the way open with the lever all the way open, and I'm gonna go up about ½ an inch, and that's gonna be my second guideline before I start fading. And in the second part of this video, I'm gonna have the lever halfway open. As you see now, I just drop it to halfway, and I'm gonna stay in between the first and the second guideline. And I can't go too high with this one because you might create another guideline, which you don't want to do. So stay in between those two. And now I have the lever all the way closed, and I'm focusing on just removing that bottom line. So just make sure you take your time doing that process. Make sure you just stay below the guidelines. Just do a flick out motion, all right? And guys, usually I go in with my 1.5 guard at this point, but this time I was like, since I cut the hair with one open, so I could just go in with my one guard open against the grain to create my second guideline. And I just did that because like I said, I realized he doesn't have that much hair, so I can do that. But then I'm gonna later on go in with the 1.5 guard to clean out my area. Now that I just went in with my number 1 guard all the way open, I just drop the lever now to just stay in between the second guideline and the third guideline I just created, and that's just cleaning my area at this point. Alright, so now with the lever all the way closed, I'm gonna stay at the bottom area, and that's just again cleaning my area, because I know for sure it's not gonna remove my line, so it's just cleaning the area right now to remove it soon.
Do we got Lowe's on the beat?
Alright, so I have the 0.5 guard on, or some people call it the 0 guard, and I have the lever all the way open, and I'm gonna be focusing on that bottom line, and that's the line that we couldn't remove with the 1 guard before. So let's focus on that, and with the lever open, do the flick out motion. Now that we have the lever halfway open, so that's definitely gonna remove the line, and like I said, just focus on that and do the flick out motion, and don't press too hard. As I mentioned before, I usually do this before I go in with the number 1 guard, so this time I waited to do it after, and it doesn't really matter at this point since his hair is low. And I'm just going in with the 1.5 guard all the way open, and I'm still doing a flick out motion. This is literally just cleaning up my area to have the fade clean. And now I have the lever halfway open, and this is just still the process of just making the fade look clean, just removing the bulky areas, and that's all I'm doing right now. And it's still a flick out motion. And now I'm gonna have the lever all the way closed, and I'm going a little lower this time, and I don't want to go too high, so staying low below that guideline and just cleaning out, same thing. Alright, so moving on to the back area now. So guys, this is literally going to be the same exact steps that I went through. Right now I'm just creating my first guideline, of course, and obviously the lines is just straight, and I'm just going to make my guidelines a little wider than the sides because I have more room to work with. But remember, literally the same steps again, so I don't think I need to go through all this again and bore you guys out. So I'll just let you guys watch, and I'll just come back and tell you guys a little story, so stay tuned. Alright, so I'm back, guys. So I just wanted to have a little real moment with you guys. It's just like you could learn so much when you keep your mind open to, to always be learning. And I'm just gonna give you guys a simple, small example where a quick little mistake I used to always make is like making my guidelines a little too harsh, and it would just take me longer to take them out. And then I've heard or seen barbers do it, they were like, oh, go lightly, but I never really listened for some reason. And I knew that. I knew what to do, but I just never did it. And I actually started doing it, and I'm like, wow, the guidelines are so much easier to take out when I don't press too hard on the clipper. And I'm like, this is crazy. When you have your mind open to learn, you could actually learn. And always remember, you can still learn no matter how good you become. Back to business, guys. So I'm gonna just spray my client with the holding spray, and that's just gonna make sure that my hair is laid down well before I shape it up. And of course I send it in front of the client, and I just go to either side from there, and I'm making sure everything is straight. Of course I'm just tapping and going, I'm not pressing it hard. Of course I'm also brushing the hair every time I'm shaping it up to make sure everything is laid and clean. So just take your time doing this process, of course. Relax. Like I said again, don't press too hard. All right, that's how you shape them up. Alright, so we back. So I'm just spraying it with the liquid enhancer right now, and I like using that because it lasts longer. And I'm gonna go with the hair fibers now, and it looks more natural, so this is why I use it. And of course I spray it with the holding spray to hold everything in, and I'm just holding my razor at a 45-degree angle right now, and I'm just going against the grain and making sure everything is clean and crispy. But yeah, see that haircut though? Do you guys see how this hairline is coming though? Like, come on, just drop a like, subscribe, you know what I mean? Always remember to clean up your work, guys. So little dark spots, just go back with your clipper open and just clean up dark spots. And one more thing, it should be illegal for people to walk in barbershops like this. He's not that bad, I've seen worse, but still. YouTube, this is the cut. Just say it the clutch way, right? Yeah, see how this cut came out, and I killed it. You got that taper, and that's how it came in. And then I did that. Like, come on now, come on, just like, subscribe. Alright, shout out to my boy Brandon. You guys, of course, don't forget to like, subscribe to my channel, support your boy, man. Let's be out. Peace.